Yo, what's up? It's your girl Jazzy the Kid.
It's your boy Hakeem.
And you listening to Too Much Talk. Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
It's your girl Jazzy the Kid.
It's your boy Hakeem.
And you're listening to
Too Much Talk.
Yeah. I don't like you waiting for him. I'm not a typical type of girl.
I mean, you did it for like 3.5 episodes in a row, so.
Well, I'm just not a typical type of girl. You never see my next move.
Well,
you don't, so.
I'm not going to get in trouble today.
You don't see my next move, so.
Anywho.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, y'all,
What's
man?
up?
We almost didn't make it to this episode, man, because apparently there is something called fall break. You know what I'm saying?
Fog, allergies and coughing and all that too.
Dude, we've been going through it like congested. Yeah, she's still coughing in the mic and everything. I'm gonna have to spray
sanitize this on mic.
I'm gonna have to take the whole cover off of that sucker. Okay. Just saying. Anyways, but there's something called fall break that happened, and the kids have been out of school for 5 to 6 days. Out the blue, out the cut. Wish that was a thing before, you know what I'm saying, we got out of school, but
because I ain't never had so many breaks before in
we
my
had
life.
to fight. We had to fight for breaks. Like you had to actually fake sick and stuff. Now they're just like,
you can just get them. You get a break. Man. You get a break. We taking off school. How many times?
What's up with that?
Like literally,
what's going on?
What's the point for the fall break when Thanksgiving is like next month?
Yeah,
and then Christmas following.
Yeah, like running out of money here. Taking them everywhere, like you giving them everything, like, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, you can spend quality time with your kids and stuff, but they get bored and
you gotta entertain them all day, even when you gotta work.
Bored and hungry, like 4 square meals a day. 4. Why are these kids so hungry? They're 5 and 7.
Technically, we all supposed to eat like 6, right?
Yeah, but broken up, they're eating like hefty meals. I'm making pancakes every day, pancakes, sausage, bacon. You get a cheesesteak. You get a cheese. You get a chopped cheese. Everybody gets a chopped cheese. Yeah, everybody getting it. Like, come on, bro. For real, our daughter had like 3 corn dogs last night. I'm like, dang. Like,
you good? Cool?
I used to be straight off the mini corn dog. She eating the whole, and the stick was gone too. I'm like, where'd the stick go?
I think we used to have the Jack's pizza. We would take 2 slices each. It was 4 of us, so we take 2 slices each and some Kool-Aid jammers.
Man, they eating the whole Jacks to themselves. They eating the whole Jacks to themselves now. What's going on? Before I'm sorry. Yeah, we just went on a rant.
Away.
Man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, smash that notification bell.
Stuff.
Man, shout out to Positivity Water. We just got the re-up of the water today, right before we walked into the office.
Crack it open.
You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and take a swig of that.
Drink good.
Gotta stay hydrated. I'm on 2-a-days right now, working out. And
I just started my 2-a-days yesterday.
Just gotta make sure, we stay hydrated. Really doing the 2-a-days. It's like our last 30-day stretch before we go to Jamaica. So,
and it wasn't just for Jamaica, guys. It was just like we said before. I think we kind of mentioned it before, but just a drastic change because, or else we gotta get carried away. Yeah, carried away. Looking at pictures and stuff, I'm just like, yo.
Yeah. So if you see us like significantly decreasing in size on these,
we ain't smoking, Nathan.
We're not smoking. We're not on the O dog, right? The Ozemp,
Oh yeah, because it's so popular.
Yeah,
we're not on the Ozemp.
Yeah, it's just a lot of hard work and dedication, and
got another gallon of water over there with some lemon and salt.
Yeah, man. We need this.
It's important. All right, dude.
But positivity pause for the day. Positivity pause for the day. What did I say this morning? What did I say this morning?
You talking about the egg?
Video? No, not that one.
The egg reference?
Not that one.
Oh, okay.
What the heck? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Wait, what?
What? That didn't drop yet, that video.
Oh, I thought you was... Okay, yeah. I don't know where you was going.
She talking about ovulation. Oh, yeah.
You ain't got to worry about that.
I'm not worried about anything. I'm not worried about nothing at all. Positivity pause for today. Give it to me.
The positivity.
Oh, slow the H down. Slow down. That's the
So the heck down.
Slow down. Yes, every day I wake up, I do the same exact thing. I wake up, roll over, grab my phone, check all my emails
every day.
Check Instagram, check TikTok if I don't find nothing on Instagram, right? And that takes up like a good 15 to 30 minutes out of my day.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might find yourself on there for a very long time.
Yeah.
Just doing nothing.
Right. And Jazz will see me sometimes, I'll just count it down. I'll be like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and with my swipes, 5, 6. And if nothing grabs me within those 10 swipes, I'm off of there. But usually I'm off by 5 because I'm like, bro.
He was like, bro, there's nothing on here. He threw his phone across the room.
There's nothing on here, right? Nothing on here that's beneficial to me doing what I already know what I'm supposed to do, right? I already have a schedule for the day. I already have a plan for the day, you know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, it's just what I did yesterday. Just do it again.
And I never really voiced it that much, but I hate, even for myself, I hate when we wake up and open our eyes and go straight to our phone. Individually, I hate it, and I hate it just for us, period. We don't even say good morning to each other. We check our phone first before we say anything to each other. And it's just like, dang, is it that deep? And I just really I've been doing it for 2 days. I'll wait at least until I get up and go use the bathroom, and I take a second. Unless, you know what I mean, whatever. When I actually wake up, I'll wait. Or I'll leave my phone on the charger. Because usually I'll roll over or go to the bathroom, hurry up and grab it, hop back in the bed. Yeah. I've been leaving it on the charger or something. And I'll just at least wait a few minutes before I go throw my attention on my phone. Because I know how my hands will twiddle. It'll start in the email. Then it'll land over on Instagram or something. So I just take a second. I'm like, just be in the moment. Yeah. You know? And that's what you were...
You know where I feel like that learned behavior kind of came from? I think it came from TikTok. I'm not going to lie. Because...
No, it was before that. We woke up and did it in college on Snapchat.
No.
I did.
I did not. I can identify when that exactly happened. And I will say it happened when TikTok was on the rise, 2020, 2021 or whatever, because I would post before I go to sleep.
You want to see how many numbers it got.
Exactly. And every day I would wake up and it would be the post from last night going viral. So it's like, all right, here goes 10,000 likes, 100,000, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to something like just starting the day with a win or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, waking up with expectancy, which is, there's nothing wrong with that or whatever, but
I'm pretty sure you did it when you was on Facebook too, dropping your videos to see it with the engagement. When you was dropping just loads and loads of content, funny content videos on Facebook.
No, not really. I'm not waking up doing that. You know what I'm saying? Just TikTok with the algorithm of my algorithm on my page. If you drop at night and you wake up early in the morning, that sucker going viral 9 times out of 10. It wasn't like that with all the other platforms and stuff. I would just, drop it during the day or whatever and just be checking during the day. But waking up, trying to see what's up.
It'd be like 99 plus on the notifications.
99 plus. Yep. And so, crazy. Yeah, but that's it, man. Just take your time. Stop paying attention to everybody else around you. Keep your head down. Keep on working. Sometimes the dreams or your plans, they can be almost unattractive, because, you're going through that period of growth and shedding and, you know what I'm saying? You might not look the way you want to. Your life might not. Your bank account might not, but you still got to work in faith, trying to get this thing done or whatever. And you paying attention to everybody else everyday life and what they got going on and them flourishing. It don't really feed you like that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the positivity pause.
Thanks for that.
Absolutely.
We need it for sure.
Yep.
If y'all see me fiddling my nails, I promise I'm cool. I'm just taking off these nails because they about ready to pop off. So you'll catch me doing that throughout the episode. Just mind your business. Unless you can help me pay for this next set. What do you think? Business. It's up to you. I'm talking to the ones that's watching the visual, of course, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into the. A nail just came off.
That's all right.
That's good.
When you supposed to get your nails done again?
I have no clue, but I got press-ons. Yeah.
Oh, so you're not pressed about it?
And not.
Okay.
Hey, y'all.
Sweet. Don't make her laugh, man. She'll blow this whole house
sound
now.
like I've been wheezing for so long. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Let's get into this topic, though, y'all. This hot topic. And what is it?
The topic is today,
bum, bum.
Premarital problems don't go away with marriage.
Boom.
Do we need counseling?
Do we need it?
Do we need counseling, right? Let's clarify.
Okay.
Counseling does not just come from somebody that identifies as a therapist, marriage counselor, right? Sometimes counseling can come from just a third party who has no idea what's going on, can be the voice of reason, right? That you trust outside of your relationship or outside of your marriage, because we're talking about marriage, right? These premarital red flags.
Yeah. Yep. So what is the question you're asking? Clarify.
It's not a question. I mean, are you saying like with the topic or?
Yeah, I thought you said let's clarify what is what.
Yeah, counseling. That's what we just clarified. The counseling.
Like, do you need counseling? Are we that part or the
premarital problems does not do away with marriage. Meaning, to clarify.
Once you get married, the premarital problems does not go away.
Yeah, whatever you saw before you got married,
it's still most likely going to be there after you get married. It doesn't change.
Right. And if anything, it might get a little worse.
Uh-oh.
Not going to lie, because now, in my head, speaking from the male perspective, you have fully accepted
to commit to this person,
to commit to this version of me
for the rest of me life.
For the rest of me life, potentially. For the rest of me life, potentially. If I don't ever change, you have now agreed that it's okay if I'm like this. From the male perspective.
That's wild. And I mean, I guess it's both sides. It's not just the male perspective. It's the guy too. Like, you basically, if you know I'm toxic and you chose to marry me, you still chose to marry my toxic self, because I'm not going to not be toxic after we say I do.
That is true.
So it's both sides.
That is true.
Yeah, if I'm just a toxic girl, you just chose to be toxic forever with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
especially, I mean, I'm not saying that, you guys have not addressed these problems in the past. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you haven't. Obviously, if it's toxic, you've had arguments, and the severity of those arguments or whatever, God only knows, right? But when you ask somebody to marry you, you're marrying them based on everything that you have seen.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people marry because of the potential.
Yeah. No, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah. And you'll get with someone thinking that once you decide to come together and become one and do this marriage thing, that things will change. Yeah. And sadly, most of the time it doesn't happen that way, because it's something that's rooted that needs to be revealed or needs to be uprooted or needs to be changed. Right. And it's ultimately up to that person. Yeah. That they have to be willing to change it or fix whatever that is. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect.
What if they are willing, right? But it's just taking longer than you expected.
Ooh. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, once you get married, though, that's a different conversation. If you're in a regular relationship and you're like, okay, I guess that's why I would wait so long to marry, right? If I really look at a person and I'm like, yo, they're going to get better. I just know it. I got to know it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't just have the faith. I have to know it. My faith got to be almost so strong that I know you're going to get better with me. That's one conversation.
I just have faith in you and just faith that God will change your heart or change the situation. Right.
Yeah. Now, it's another thing if, you're married and then, you can't just be like, oh, well, I thought you were going to change. That's why I married you. Like, you gotta know it almost.
It's tricky. Because it's like, you can't even fight them for that. You can't fight them for not changing the way you wanted them to. Because they was just being them, and you chose to marry them where they were.
A version of them. We got to stop saying that. Like,
okay.
This is me. Like,
because we all can have different versions. We all evolve. Yeah, we all change over time.
It's three things. It's either you're evolving, you're digressing, or you're complacent. Like, you're staying the same, right? You're plateauing. This is like you reached your peak, and it don't get no better than this, right? So you have to identify if this person is going to digress, if they're going to plateau, you know what I'm saying, or are you going to elevate.
And then you got to identify if you're willing to deal with it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a whole nother story. But like it doesn't change once you say I do. And that's just so, it's so tricky because you really, like you said, you can have faith in it. That don't necessarily mean that it's going to change. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's tricky. Kind of hurt my feelings a little bit just thinking about it.
I mean,
because not just the potential, but it's just like maybe you've seen this person be a specific way before, a different version of them before.
You know it's in them, but it ain't coming out. It has not evolved. Once again, you evolving, you digressing, or you plateauing. Which one is it? So I can see a piece of it, right? I can see you give to the needy one time and be like, oh, he has a good heart. She got a good heart. Yeah, there's constantly people that are in need, including me. So, you know what I'm saying? So what's that look like on a day-to-day basis? On growing this family, on growing this foundation. You see what I'm saying? But that's just on that specific tip. But you probably do need counseling. If you saw red flags before you got in a relationship and you still proceeded to marry, right? Both parties need to agree to counseling. That's it. Until it gets right.
Yeah. I don't really disagree.
That's it.
It's like I had a thought and then it just kind of went away.
No, I understand. Yeah.
You're saying both parties need to agree to go to the counseling, but what if that person does not think that what they do or it's wrong or anything? What if they just legit think they just being themselves because they've always been this way, or this version that the person that married them always seen this version. So what's so different now?
What if it's not a one person thing?
What if it's both of y'all just growing and...
No.
I mean, what if it's both of you guys kind of changing together, evolving together?
What if it's we neither one of us is growing? I can't grow while I'm with you, and you cannot grow when you're with me. I'm just saying. At some point, we got to love each other enough, right? Now, I'm not saying, once again, if you are in a marriage, right? And I am a strong advocate that anything will work if you're willing.
Yeah.
Right? There are different conditions of every single relationship. We talk about this all the time. If she was married to somebody else and I was married to somebody else, my dynamic of relationship would just look different. I'm not saying it wouldn't work.
You say any relationship. He say any relationship can work. It's just what type of dynamic you want.
Yeah. I might have a sarcastic relationship, you know what I'm saying? I might have a real witty, cheesy relationship. I might have a real urban, woke relationship. It's all about what you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about what I'm willing to put up with type stuff. Yeah. And so if I get to if I come to the understanding within myself that these conditions right here will not allow me to grow the way that I feel necessary for me and for this household. You have to have those conversations before you actually wed, before you wedlock, right? It's
just kind of hard for people to do that. I mean, I'm not, and because the world would be like, well, that's on them. They're stupid.
It's when you
married and red flags, stupid.
See, okay, let's identify what red flags mean.
Everybody's red flags is different.
Okay, there we go. I was about to say.
Everybody's red flags are different based on that person.
Yeah.
And like you said, what they're willing to deal with.
Their preferences and stuff like that. Like some people might be like, oh, that brother he don't brush his teeth every day. That's a red flag.
That's a red flag,
you know what I'm saying? But,
my book.
Yeah, but some people, breath smells so good and their hygiene so good, they don't have to brush every day. They can brush every other day. I might have snuck past her one day without brushing my teeth. My breath is not, I don't got halitosis and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So she would never know. It's not a red flag. So that's what I'm saying. Like, red flags are a thing like notifications in which, okay, this could be a problem for me personally in the future. Yeah. That's what a red flag is. Once again, a red flag is an indicator or notification that something that I see within you could be a problem for me in the future. if it evolves.
I think like a red flag for Hakeem was I was paying attention too. Like he just was very friendly with the girls. And he just was very, very friendly. And so I paid attention because I guarantee if he was a little too friendly too often, and then he came to the point where if everything still happened the same, you just was extra friendly all the time. And then you got to the point where you wanted to marry me, I would have cringed a little bit because that's a red flag for me. You know what I mean?
It depends what my friendly look like.
Right, overly friendly. I mean, you too close and you're talking like, to, you touchy, you're talking and texting all the time. Other girls, when I'm right here, I'm your best friend. You know what I'm saying? Just over the top because you were friendly, but it wasn't like it didn't. It was only red flag. It would be red flaggish if you continue to do that when you grew in our relationship. You know what I'm saying? So as we dive deeper into our relationship, I mean, all that kind of diminished. You know what I'm saying? You talk to your people here and there or whatever, but it wasn't like you had to talk to them. You had to communicate with these people all the time and whatever. You know? I hope you didn't change that because of me. Well, that's stupid. That's stupid.
Because
it's like, we want you to.
You do have to change. I cannot be the identical same. I cannot be single Hakeem operating in a
relationship,
marriage. There are some things that have to decrease. Other things have to increase.
No, you're right.
But red flag. I would say one red flag for Jazz was that she was loud. That was one of my things.
You always try to make it seem like that was, you try to make it seem like,
I don't know,
it was a big thing, but then sometimes you be like, it's a small thing. Oh, it's not a big deal because I'm still loud.
Because I made it small. That's why I said it's a red flag. It's a notification. It's not this thing like, oh, H no. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's not something that changed. I'm still loud.
Right. I can say, oh, she loud or whatever. I can say that to somebody else and somebody be like, oh, it's not a red flag. It's the urgency or the problematic thing would be onto me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and so of course now I've made that a small thing. It's not even a thing like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I'm, honestly, even though I may talk loud with my friends or something and cackle, I don't think I'm as loud as I used to be. Sometimes I see stuff and how I was.
No, you're not. Yeah.
And well, I kind of hate that because I feel like I was being totally 100% myself at that point. But that's a whole nother conversation for a different day. I feel like I was 100% being myself. I was youthful. I ain't had no responsibility aside from taking care of myself. And I just was, just 100% being me and happy and joyful. I feel like now I've kind of dumbed it down because of these type of comments and just over time me getting older, having kids and those type of comments, they will weigh on you even if you try not to you try to act like it's not a big deal, especially coming from people that you care about and they be like, oh, you're loud and it's just like I don't see the big problem because I'm just being me, like whatever. But
well, there's somebody in your mind where you're like, oh, she's loud.
I can't think of anybody.
Yeah, it is.
My family.
I mean, well, so that you come from a loud family. Everybody is loud. You know what I'm saying? So
I told you where part of that stemmed from.
I understand that, but when that person's not around, y'all still loud.
That's how we were raised. If my mom was raised in a house with a loud mom because she was speaking to her sister that's hard of hearing, and then my mom came and raised her children, and she was loud from where she was at. We all loud, but I don't know because I ain't got nothing to do with it. I think the family's just loud anyway.
I think I was loud when I got to college or whatever. But
he's louder. It's like the roles have switched because I am not as loud as I used to be.
I'm loud. No, I'm loud with a stage.
How can we're talking about in the house? Like,
that's my stage. That's my comfort zone. That's a area that is already preset for me. You know what I'm saying? Gracious. To do what I do. Jazz was loud, obnoxious. Like she would go in the middle of the campus and scream with all her might and then be holding the camera up and be like, you know what I'm saying? And people are pissed off. Like she did it during the fire drill one time. Everybody, fire drill is at
what? I didn't even know you at that time.
It don't matter. The fire drill, anybody know that's in college, when the fire drill go off, it's like at the most unconventional hours. Like we talking like 11 p.m. We're talking like 2 a.m. or whatever. Everybody just standing in their boxers in the middle of campus or whatever, or in the middle of the dorms. And so the alarm already going off and everybody there, and she got the audacity to take the camera out and scream at the top of her lungs like
y'all can YouTube it, Jazzy the Kid Scare cam. Like, I did it multiple times, y'all. It was so fun.
Like if I didn't know her, I'd just be like.
Now I think today I don't. Once again, because of the influence or hearing people's opinions, I don't even know if I could do that type of stuff today because I feel like I'm diminishing myself or whatever, or trying to like, make sure I'm accommodating others. Like
I wouldn't say
but I also don't want to bother people in their space too.
That's it. I'm just not trying to piss nobody off like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
But it's like I also want to bring joy to people.
No, you can't. You can bring joy to people or whatever. But like, it's a dude on Instagram and he walk around like I see him all the time. He walks around with gallons of milk and he'll say motivational. He'll walk around with gallons of milk and he says motivational things, right? And he'll be like, hey, they don't want you to know this. They don't want you to know this. And he'll take out the gallon and he'll pour it all over himself.
And speak his messages in Walmart or something, right?
Yes. One time he did it with dog food and you know what I'm saying, and milk. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you getting the views, but somebody got to clean that up. Unless
he helped them clean it up off cam.
That's why I don't know what happens behind camera, but 9 times out of 10, like, remember dude, put him in a coffin? He used to just go up to people's cars and say, put him in a coffin.
And slam himself on their car.
And slam himself into the car. Then you got Boot Gang and stuff. Like, it was like that type of inconvenient comedy. Like, yeah, bro, you just got, it just popped on off, huh?
Yep, it flew down there. I get it in a minute.
Tapping the legs. That type of comedy or whatever. I was like, okay.
And so that's what I was doing. And you said that was obnoxious for you. That was too much for you.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, that we both do comedy, but I don't do comedy like that or whatever. It's a potential red flag or whatever. It's like, okay, well, if that's what she doing, you know what I'm saying? If that's how she get her views, I don't know. But then it's like, it's short lived because you like, am I willing to put up with this to be with this person or whatever? You know what I'm saying? And so, getting back to the subject, you got these red flags. Right, you got all these notifications. I want you to just think of it like a phone, right? And you got all these notifications. You know when your payment get declined or whatever because the Apple trying to take its subscriptions out and stuff. And you got all these notifications. After a while, you're gonna have to go through and say, okay, do I really need this? Do I really need to have Apple Music? Do I really need to have Spotify too and SoundCloud and this and that? You know what I'm saying? Do I need YouTube music? You go through and prioritize things or whatever to see if you actually want to stick in agreement with that subscription. And a lot of y'all are doing that or aren't doing that. You're just like, yeah, they can charge me again if they want to, and it becomes inconvenient for you. Mm-hmm. And so
you
now
you consider you.
Yeah, your relationship is inconvenient for you now. Your growth, where you're trying to go, all this different type of stuff. So look at it like a phone screen. You got all these messages, all these notifications, and you showing family and friends, look, girl, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they charge me this. Well, why don't you just cancel it? Yeah. And then time go by and you ain't canceled your subscriptions or whatever based on this. Like,
go ahead, Pastor.
I'm just saying it's costing you so much. And you got all the signs there. So when you don't address those things and you continue with them, those are your terms and conditions. Those are the things that have presented themselves to you and you just kept on going. Mm. But what would you say in regards to that? Seeing those red flags, everything is already out there in front of your face, and I come up to you and I propose to you. What are you saying?
That's so hard.
How?
I can't. It's not easy. Clearly, it's not easy. Is there a lot of people out here doing that? There's a lot of people saying yes to the red flags. They're accepting it all.
But I think it's perspective. When you get addressed. When you get addressed with that question, I feel like it masks everything that has been done.
The red flag?
No, all the red flag, like marriage and the proposal, just come and cover up all this stuff or whatever that's unaddressed, right? And then you get into marriage, right? And then you like, oh, this stuff's still here. You see what I'm saying? That's it, because you thought this was the end result.
Go away once you do this,
right?
But no, it's still there.
It's still there. You like, dang.
It's covered up.
You just swept everything under the rug for a moment. For the photo op, for the, you know what I'm saying?
For the guest that's coming over.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now you're a husband. Now you're a wife or whatever. But it's like, dang, what did I what did I agree to? You know what I'm saying?
Goodness gracious. And that's not, it's very, the point of this is, I pray that this helps somebody, because you just to consider things before you actually say yes to someone, that you take that time and you kind of go through, you decipher, you take your time and you literally just make sure that's something you want to lock into, because not only is it just paperwork that you gotta go sign and wait for that to happen, and you go to court and do a divorce thing, whatever. If you bring kids into a situation, that makes it worse. It's like you're tying the knot more and more. You done already probably had sex with this person a bunch of thousand times, and you're remarrying every time with that. You're remarrying, you're remarried. You married once and you covered up the issues, but then you're remarrying every time you have sex, and then there's kids involved now. There's a lot of things being put on to make it harder for y'all to break apart, right? There may be businesses that you guys start together. There may be different friends. Y'all friend groups come together and they're close, and y'all all close together. It's so much at stake. So when you commit to someone, we all have to literally take a second to be like, yo, what am I doing? Am I ready? And even though I feel like my decision was so quick and in the moment, I feel like I was a kid making my decision, and I was ready young. I was ready years before, even though I didn't understand what marriage would come with. And like I was telling Hakeem the other day, I said, I really wasn't in a real relationship to even like experience what relationship stuff was like. I started in a relationship with him, like a real relationship, and time, and it's like I'm changing all these different times, all these years, I'm changing, and I'm just like, I wonder if I had some red flags. You know what I mean? I'm like, how have I been in a relationship? Because I didn't know what to do, right?
It's not, it don't, I feel like that's what everybody tries to get through, is experience, right? Just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always tell people, you know, if I'm training them or whatever, or any job I've trained at, right? They always tell you always gonna learn the most in the field, right? In the field. You got to get in the field. You got to get your hands dirty. So you're not gonna learn marriage until you get into marriage,
right? And so it's like, are you willing to get married with this person? That's like what was in my head when I had to make my decision right there in front of everybody. You filed for that. I just thought about that. Like, it's like, you did your big one, but you're foul. You just put me on the spot, like, you gonna marry me in front of everybody? I mean, cameras out. All my friends.
When you do the proposal, that's what happens. Anyways, you do it in front of people or whatever. So, do you feel like you're getting married because you owe somebody something now? That's another question. You feel like you're married because of the pressure? Ooh, you know, because you said
I know a couple people that's like that, and probably will admit that they've gotten married or whatever, and those marriages didn't last, you know what I mean, because they were under pressure. Or one word that's really coming to me is accommodating others.
No, accommodating this person, the person in which just proposed to me, right? As the woman, do I feel like I'm accommodating him? I gotta say yes. He just asked me. He's so sweet, and I know he has a lot of potential, and this, that, and the other. But what have you seen?
I think that's why a lot of people probably thought when I said yes to you that I was just doing it because you did it. Like, you kind of put me on the spot, and I said yes.
Well, if you say yes to the proposal, because we got
proposed to me and married me in the same day.
Same day. She was fiance for 10 minutes.
Not even.
Yeah.
I was fiance for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah. So if you're saying yes to the proposal, I don't see why you're not saying yes to the marriage. So she always say, like, how you know I was going to say yes at the altar or whatever, or how you know I was ready to get married? Well, we talked about it all the time. You know what I'm saying? We've already started this life and started building.
Mm-hmm. I was like, I see why not.
Yeah,
that was like, why not? All the thoughts that was going through my head was just like, well, you ready to really get committed with this person for the rest of your life? Do you like really love him for real? And are you willing to grow with this person? That's like what's in my head, because I don't know nothing about marriage. I think I do. I think at that time I thought I knew. You know, I thought I did. So I'm just like, yeah, that's my boo.
What is the biggest?
We locked in.
What's the biggest thing about marriage that,
honestly,
you feel like you need to know before getting married?
What?
What is the biggest thing that you feel like, and y'all too out in cyberland and
Please
everything.
answer.
What is the biggest thing you think you need to know before saying I do or getting married?
Well, make sure anybody no sex offender.
Ooh, I mean, background, of course. Yeah, background, of course. Yeah, that last episode of Tough Love ATL for sure. Yeah. Man.
Excuse me, y'all.
You all up in there. Yeah, I gotta wipe that mic down. I'm not switching mics. Not switching mics for sure.
Okay. I need my hand sanitizer, but I promise I'm good. I'm better. I'm way better than I was 3 weeks ago. Oh, Jesus!
I thought you was talking about the marriage stuff.
Oh. Anyways, that is a good question. Something that is a must know before you get married. That's the question.
That's something that you have to know within yourself, not about the other person necessarily, but
that I'm ready to make sure that I'm willing to accept whatever once I commit to this person. Be down, not whatever, but willing to accept something and work it out. Or like, I think I'm using the words wrong. Basically, like, make sure I am willing to like be understandable or understanding to something that may come up during that marriage and willing to work on it if something comes up. Does that make sense?
Right. Yep.
I think that's something important to know. Like, hey, if anything goes on that's not something that you may like, or a red flag, something that you are not usually okay with, are you willing to work it out with that person?
So basically, to upkeep vows, because that's what vows are, for better or worse, for richer or poorer.
Correct.
Sickness and health.
Because when you lock in. Like I said, it's not necessarily that you're just going to sign papers and be like, we're done. Yeah. There's a lot usually involved once people get married. Kids, pets, dogs.
Okay, so
there's a lot to unpack once you sign that paper.
So it's something within you. That's what you're saying.
Right.
You got to know, as Jasmine, I got to know that I am willing to work.
Absolutely.
Do anything.
Exactly.
With this specific person.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Like, I know that if something comes up, I can have that conversation with you as my husband, and we can work on this thing. That's what I have to know. Okay. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, well, me, I have to know that it's you, and that's it. I have to know that I am where I'm supposed to be. That would be my biggest thing. I think I said that last time.
I think that was the point of you asking a question too.
What?
That was probably the answer you expected.
No. That's not the answer I'm expecting. I was really that. The question is for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody gets so hesitant, and yes, marriage is a big thing or whatever, but it's like I feel like we go to this thing and then we don't get married, but we stay in these relationships so long, and 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and then we're not married. And so my question would be, what is holding you back from doing that?
I think people make marriage seem, I think now this generation is kind of shifting what everybody thought about marriage, because marriage has always been, even just thinking about our grandparents and stuff, they really didn't marry. Like, it wasn't a big deal to them. They were just together my grandparents were together for 40 years before they actually, 20, 30 years before they actually got married. Like,
I don't know if my grandparents married at all. Not
for real?
Neither set.
They didn't look at it like that, but it's looked at as this, when you get married, then it's like you locked in. It's like it make you feel like you're in a dungeon or like a cage, or it's just, you're not free. And it's just like,
you inside or outside. That's what we tell the kids, right? You either inside or you outside. Yeah. If you're outside, hey, I'm outside. You already know what that means. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But if you're inside, it's safe in there. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not a dungeon. Right. It's not a prison. Like, from my own experience, it's not. It's just, I don't look into it that deep. Like, I just choose to be here with this person, and I want to be right with this person, and doing the legal paperwork, because I'm a Collins now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're one. Now my kids now have his last name. It's like a thing. Like, it's just a lot with it. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the ring. He's the head of this household. Yeah, I would love to be a Collins. And I done had baby Collinses.
And we might change that last name, man, because Collins,
he cannot stand his last name. He think it's a slave name.
Collins is a very slave owner name. It's
get over it.
Tons of black folks is Collins, and The origin word or name of Collins does not come from a black man.
No one knows me as Jasmine Esley. Hakeem, come on.
Well, they might have to switch it because, man.
Esley's his middle name was also his grandfather's name.
Yeah,
guys.
and so if I'm going to go with a forefather, I'm going to go with my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? But anyways.
Yeah, y'all, we'll see if I'm going to be Esley or not, because that's a red flag.
We'll see. I'm just trying to make a strong black lineage. That's it.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it doesn't feel like a thing, guys. And I think people going outside every day, doing the girls go outside and then whatever, people would make it seem like you're kind of caged up because you're in the house with your man or your family, whatever. Whole time, when you outside, because I've had my fair share, when you outside, you still want to go home to somebody.
Yeah.
Do you not understand that? Most of us want to go home to somebody that's ours and be locked in with them. That's why there's a lot of people who would be locked in with somebody or have a little knowing that, hey, after I leave the club, I'm coming home with you.
Yeah.
Even though we're not official.
Yeah.
Because somebody wants to still go home to somebody and be with somebody. And so, okay, what? Just what? Why are you doing that?
I'm fine. I'm not saying anything. I think I'm the opposite. Like I will go home and just like not
be with nobody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I was doing that. It's not like I had females. I wasn't sleeping with a whole bunch of females, and I wasn't like having sleepovers and all that different type of stuff. I would just go home. But because I want a family or whatever, that's really why I'm inside. I'm fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll chill with my family. Ask Jazz. I'm like, man, I want this big old piece of land or whatever with a whole bunch of house with big square footage and all that different type of stuff because
be at the house.
Yes, I can be at home with my family. Like my family come from out of town. They got a house over here on the side, a little guest house and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want people around, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't having everybody come through my crib anyway. So when I'm leaving from the club, I'm just going to bed. And I'm not pushing up on nobody. I'm just really just looking, just seeing what's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think just at the end of the day, Hakeem, what I'm saying is I think everybody wants to be with somebody.
Yeah, everybody
and I think there's
loved.
People that's single. Yeah, everybody want to be loved by somebody and not in a cousin or mama way.
Who just said that? Oh, Tia Mowry. Oh my gosh, I almost cried.
You saw her story with her husband?
Yes, bro. I just about cried. I was like, dang.
Because that was her first thinker, but
I want to give her a hug.
Oh, Tia.
Dang. See, there go that friendliness again.
Look, you trying to be friends with, look, you didn't even know her.
I see her in person, I'm just be like, it's okay.
Bro, get your hands off that single woman.
It's okay. She not single.
Who's she with now?
She still ain't divorced her husband spiritually.
How do we know that?
That's her first. That's her only.
How you know they haven't divorced though? Like,
she hasn't divorced. She hasn't divorced him.
Spiritually,
she's still mourning it.
Oh, I don't like.
She was like, what she said. She said that's the only person I've been with, and she was like, I don't know. She was like, I just want people around. She said I haven't been on a date in God knows how long or whatever. And she was like, I don't know. At the end of the day, I think I just want somebody to hold me. And I was like, dang.
I didn't know she said that.
And I don't know how old she is, but I'm like, dang, imagine.
Tia is probably they in their 40s or 50s.
40s or 50s. Imagine. Wait, this is what happened. Okay, so she was with her husband. She couldn't date until she was 18 years old. She met her husband at 20 years old.
20 or 21, you said?
At 20.
Okay.
She met her husband at 20. Then she lost her virginity to him at 25. So not only did she wait, she got with him and then waited a little longer and then gave it up. Then they got married. Now they're divorced. That's the only person you've been with. You have given your whole mind, body, and soul to. You see what I'm saying?
Your whole being.
Your whole being. And then you walk away with like just this.
But she walked away, didn't she? She caused it.
No, she caused what?
She ended the. She called it.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think she called the divorce.
I don't know. I gotta look in on that. But even if she did call the divorce, it's still like, okay, in what way was somebody not serving? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because it's all about what you're willing to do. That's it. It's all about what you're willing to do.
Oh, look, I'm looking it up.
What, you're saying that she filed it?
She filed it.
It don't matter who filed it. I can step out right now.
Tia Mowry filed for divorce from Corey Hardick in Los Angeles. The couple announced their separation October 2022 and finalized their divorce April 2022.
Why did she file it? I'm into why.
She cited irreconcilable differences.
I hate that. I wish they would take that out of the divorce paperwork.
I hate that so bad, y'all.
Irreconcilable differences just means that we cannot come to a common ground.
Yep. Yeah.
That means that you're not willing to hear where I'm coming from, and I'm not willing to come from to what?
You hearing me?
That means that Jasmine is not willing to hear where I'm coming from, and I'm not willing to hear where Jasmine is coming from. So we're done. Irreconcilable. We keep on arguing about the same thing or whatever. Nobody's changing.
And obviously that started years prior, because ain't no way y'all just didn't have a disagreement that big and at one time, and then y'all just divorced it. I mean, I don't know what happened in the situation, but most of the time, it starts and stems from somewhere else.
It starts and stems from somewhere.
What if it was something that happened prior to them being married?
And it could have been. It could have been some red flags there that you thought it was going to get better, and you've been trying to, and, I understand. I understand. Once again, I'm not telling you not to get out of a situation or whatever. That just doesn't make any sense. But I am saying that if you are willing to stick in there, right, then it can be done. But that irreconcilable differences, that just mean that
I ain't trying.
I'm unwilling to change or forgive. Yeah. And you are as well. So we both harden. Both our hearts are hardened towards each other. And I'm stubborn now. And where your heart is stubborn, I cannot love. I cannot love no more. Jesus. There's no substance coming out of there, right? Mm-hmm. That's it. If it's stubborn, then it's hard. Then it's like it's calloused over.
Ain't nobody getting to that. And
That's it. But yeah, man, when she said that, I was just like, dang, like I can only imagine, you know what I'm saying, doing life with this person this whole time or whatever, and not allowing death to do you part. And this is something that God has given to me as well. When you with somebody like that at that capacity, and you say vows like till death do you part, and death don't part you, you still feel that mourning. You see what I'm saying? Are you getting it? Because we came together as one flesh. Right. And so now you rip this part away from me, and I was in it. So now I have to, it's like I'm just discombobulated. You know what I'm saying? So she going through that mourning period. It's like, what the heck? Yeah. You know, it's another part where she said when she saw him for the first time on the red carpet, she was like, it was awkward to me because this was my best friend. You see what I'm saying? This is somebody I was doing life with. This is
he did the film, just the recent film.
Yeah, they were on the red carpet or whatever, and they saw each other and they did that awkward hug or whatever. That was the first time they seen each other since they signed their divorce paperwork.
I didn't see the hug. Jesus, it was real awkward.
It was real awkward. Look it up. Real awkward. We play it right now. Look.
Tia Mowry embracing the awkwardness of running into her ex-husband, Corey Hardick.
I feel like I do have a lot to say. It's just, when am I going to say it?
It all went down on the Essence Black Women in Hollywood red carpet Thursday. Tia and Corey spotted giving interviews right next to each other.
Oh my gosh.
Just go ahead and play. Look. I'm gonna throw up everywhere.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's like I can think of, it's like she like, maybe I'm thinking he probably so iffy because he like, you divorced me, so.
No, you can't say that.
No, I'm just saying he probably like, you divorced me, so I don't know how you feeling, so.
No, it's just I don't know how to go about this no more because we used to be best friends and now we not.
We humped on each other and
we
everything.
Humped on each other and we got kids and we got this history.
Literally every single day we lived with each other.
Like, come on, bro.
I cannot imagine. Jesus, that'd make me want to cry. I cannot imagine. And maybe I'm saying that now because I love you and we're not into it or anything.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why it's probably easy for me to say this, but I just cannot imagine seeing you. Even when I seen you when we were broken up. Mm-hmm. If you were willing to give me a hug, I would have hugged you. Mm-hmm. Like,
it's awkward like that. That's what I'm saying. It's just like,
but I don't think we would have been. I feel like I think we would have still. I mean,
it kind of was. We brushing past each other and stuff, and you know what I'm saying, walking
what's
past
up?
yeah, what's up? It wasn't no what's ups, nothing. It was just like a head nods and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what.
Oh,
First of all,
technically we was at that point.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't know what
Other
type of
person
argument.
thinking.
No, you don't know what type of arguments they had before they filed the paperwork, how extensive the process was, what the settlements were, and all that different type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then you see this after everything has been done, and y'all have spent time apart, and then you see this person in person or whatever for the first time. My heart would drop to the pit of my A. I would, bro.
She still hugging him like she like hi. I don't know if she just
No,
used
she
to
gave him a
smiling.
little side hug right there, one arm. He hugged her with both arms or whatever. Once he saw that she was, you know what I'm saying, both arms. But he was about to shake her hand. He like, you know what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Just
Oh my
awkward.
gosh! Oh my gosh!
But we getting off subject. Get off subject. I'm just saying, like, just make sure that before you make a big decision like that, consciously, right, be thinking about if you're in a relationship. These are my closing thoughts. Jazz gonna give hers. But if you are in a relationship and in the first year y'all have not talked about marriage or whatever, please do not waste each other's time. Right? There's no we vibing right now. We in a situation like for real, because you will waste your time. Somebody will use you up. Now you don't have the proper patience or whatever for the relationship that's coming. Now you got all these traumas from the relationship that you in or whatever. Now you have to break apart. You have to have more in this other person or whatever because you spent so much time over here, right? Please just talk about marriage. If marriage ain't in the plans or whatever, then what exactly are we doing right now, right? What are we doing right now? If marriage is in the plans and you see signs that if we get married and this thing don't change or whatever, it's going to make me severely uncomfortable in this marriage, right? Because you can stay in that marriage with the red flags, but it makes it uncomfortable. It makes it very hard to function in a marriage. Knowing that,
marriage.
right, especially when you have expressed that these things make me uncomfortable in the relationship and you still do them anyways. What type of love is that, right? And then you're going to have to make the decisions in your relationship or whatever, like, okay, well, I'm just going to stop stressing him about that. Or I'm going to stop stressing her about that. Then you're going to start to resent each other. It's just a big old downward spiral and you're not enjoying yourself no more, okay?
Yeah.
Marriage is fun. But you need to open up that communication starting outside of marriage. Okay. Address it. Don't be scared to. Ain't nobody going to do nothing to you. Okay. And if they are, you need to call somebody else. You need to go ahead and turn off this podcast. You need to go somewhere else, down somewhere else, and go get some help.
Get some help now.
Now.
Jeez.
Yeah, because I can't help you from where I'm sitting. You know what I'm saying? But you closing thoughts.
I mean, you kind of pretty much did that. Just make sure you consider yourself.
Yes.
It's about you guys when you guys get together, but you have to consider yourself first before you join with this person.
Yeah.
Think of the things that could be a red flag with you and that person.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
What do they bring out of you?
Yeah, right. What they bring out of you.
Yeah.
And just this is your time. We always talk about that, y'all. It's your time that's important. You know what I'm saying? It's your time that you're going to be spending. Who wants to spend 20 years in a marriage and issues are not discussed?
Yeah.
You can't have fun. You can't love for real. There's things that's hidden as secrets.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is communication.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned that. Communication, like before this even goes down. Y'all thoughts on what marriage is. And communicate the red flags, the no's, the yeses. Because usually that type of stuff be discussed in regular relationships anyway. But if it don't, and y'all get to start talking about marriage, it should come up.
Yeah.
Because you do not want to lock in with somebody and then all these different things pile on top of what's already been there as an issue. Yeah. So consider yourself, but communicate with your person. Yeah. The yeses and nos before y'all actually lock in and what y'all willing to accept or not. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And I really recommend that people be with people that truly. Because, I mean, you can be friends with somebody so much. That's a whole nother conversation. But it be people that be like super, like really good friends. Yeah. But it'd be like, I don't understand it because I'd be like, why y'all not together?
Well,
But
I know somebody that's kind of like that. Not to me, but I'm saying like, well, I might have a couple friends like that.
Yeah.
But you know, I know specifically. I'm not gonna name drop or whatever because they might watch this later on. But it got nothing. It's not somebody dealing with me. It's somebody dealing with somebody else. But somebody where they, you know what I'm saying, they talk to that person or whatever, and they tried to, and they just both made that super adult decision, mature decision to say, hey, what we have in this friendship,
we don't want to mess that up.
I don't want to mess that up. You know what I'm saying?
Do I know these people?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to mess that up. And I'd rather just love you from afar. I'd rather just be there to support you. I'd rather just be there financially if you need me, shoulder to cry on or whatever. But I'm so scared, you know what I'm saying, to know you on that type of level or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Because once you crack that code.
Yeah. And you got, like we talked about, the duties and obligations of the husband and wife or your spouse.
Are you willing to do?
Right. And so I don't want to even explore that because I don't want to taint what we have. What we have is so pure, so innocent.
That's so tricky. I just still want you to be whoever you're choosing to be with, that you can communicate and talk to them about anything. Yeah. Like your best friends, you know? Yeah. That's pretty much my closing thoughts on that. It's really tricky, guys, and you don't know. Things happen after marriage, but we're talking about the things that happen that's already going on prior to you getting married. Yeah, and then once you get married, those things are still there. Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah, if it was a problem before and you have not nipped that in the bud and you have not talked about that, it will still be a problem when you're married, and it might be a little bit more intense.
And counseling is definitely probably recommended.
Yeah,
I don't think we've ever had counseling though.
Yes, we have.
How came
exactly. See, it's not your typical. Once again,
he came and talked to us for about like 20 minutes.
It's not,
and it was before we got married.
We have a wonderful counselor with splendor and elegance. His name is Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
We love y'all. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure that you subscribe, you like, you comment, and follow us on Spotify. Follow us on
socials.
So all the socials, everything. Do all the things. You know what it is. You know it's too much talk. We'll catch y'all later.
Love y'all. Peace.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your girl Jazzy the Kid.
It's your boy Hakeem.
And you listening to Too Much Talk. Yeah.